Good afternoon from Bali, everyone. It's Anifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, I thought I would talk a little bit about longing and desire. Longing and desire, which I think we've all felt in some ways about something or other. And one of the things that people will often be familiar with in terms of longing or desire would be something sexual. And that's one aspect. And there's other aspects for longing and desire too, right? It could be food, it could be a place to live, it could be a place to work. There's so many things that humans have a longing and a desire for. And so today I thought I'd start with this quotation by Anna Sui. And this quotation says, "Longing and desire goes further than instant satisfaction. That's human nature." So longing and desire goes further than instant satisfaction. That's human nature. And why do we say this? If something, let's say you're craving something, doesn't matter what it is, or any of those things that I mentioned, and there's many other cravings or desires or longings that we have, and if we get instant satisfaction, we get it right away, we don't actually enjoy it as much as the actual longing and desire. So you can imagine a child who's getting excited about a celebration. So it could be Christmas, it could be a birthday, and they're longing for that new toy. And if they have to wait a little while before they get it, until the birthday, until Christmas, it stretches out that longing and desire. But the satisfaction of receiving something would happen either on the same day that they're thinking about it and they get it right away, or with the delayed gratification of getting it at Christmas or their birthday. Now I want to go a little bit deeper because, of course, there's the human longings and desires, and then there's deeper longings and desires. And I believe that every spiritual teaching talks about this, and certainly Vedanta talks about this and helps us reflect on this idea of longing to connect with our higher selves, this longing to have a spiritual experience. And again, spirit is flowing through all of us, so whether we say God or we say the universe or we say, a higher consciousness is in each of us. And there's this longing that many of us start reaching, that we're starting to get that space, that it's not stuff that's satisfying anymore. It's not getting something or another. It's not moving somewhere. And here I'm talking about this while I'm in Bali, and you would think, oh yeah, well, of course you've got no longings, you're in Bali. No, it's not true. The longing and the desire for connecting with this higher space is tremendous. And this aspect is, I believe, part of our human evolution. And it's only if we're actually tapping into it that we stop living as if we only have to worry about, achieving today's finite experiences. So when we look at the spiritual level or the soul level, we're now looking at things that are the infinite. So if we look at human level, don't forget that if my longing is at the human level, whether it's money, whether it's sex, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a home, whether it's travel, it's satisfied and it comes and it goes. It's transient and it finishes. It's finite. And remember that in the spiritual level, it's infinite. It's constantly expanding. It's constantly growing. It's constantly deepening. And this is what I would, of course, recommend for all of us. And I'd love for you to actually sit for 5 minutes after this this video and this appointment with me, and just think about, is there something deeper that you're longing for that you know is infinite? And if you don't know what it is, why not sit with it? In times of prayer, in times of meditation, this is the space we get into to allow that infinite expansion. And this is what I would wish for all of us, because as I mentioned in that first quotation, this is instant satisfaction is instant. It's human level. When we go for that higher satisfaction and when we're longing to get into that space, there's profound experiences and they are everlasting and eternal. The next quotation I thought I'd share is by Moody, and this quotation says, "It is possible that longing for something is better than actually having it. I've heard it said that satisfaction is the death of desire." Imagine that. So if I think of attaining the space of this everlasting, whether it's peace, whether it's love, which really, it has no limits to these things, right? When there's no limits and I want to achieve that, remember, there's no satisfaction of it because you never actually achieve the infinite expansion. You're always gaining more, getting deeper, getting more expansive in your experience. And so when we're looking at things like that, it lasts forever. And I would certainly encourage you to try this and certainly see from those spaces of either peace or love and see how long and how beautiful these experiences are. And then finally, I wanted to end with one more quotation because, again, remember that I'm reminding us all that all religions, all spiritual traditions, all heart space living talks about the same things. We're all in the same space, and to be able to look at each other in this way, in this appreciation, from this humility and mutual appreciation for people around us, I thought I'd finish with this psalm. It's chapter 107, verse 9, and it says, "For he satisfies the longing of the soul, and the hungry soul he fills with good things." So again, it says, "For he satisfies the longing of the soul, and the hungry soul he fills with good things." And what I think is love and compassion. So, of course, that even gets me emotional to think about or read to you. But I hope you recognize this and recognize that this is that space of love and compassion, constantly growing, constantly giving, constantly receiving. I wish that for all of us. I wish you a fantastic day ahead. And I hope you remember, transform your mind and transform your soul. Bye-bye.